I highly doubt I'll ever get rid of my Ahrefs subscription, but as far as reporting for a large amount of clients, it'll probably just be used internally for, our own stuff versus, well, unless somebody else gets pretty close. I think SEMrush is pretty good in comparison, but still lagging in comparison to Ahrefs.
I was talking to you about this the other day, and I mean, it might not actually be the end of the world because I feel like in general, you don't really need to go as deep as a lot of people do in Ahrefs.
Sure.
Um, so maybe, it's just a way of getting people to like use their stuff less. I don't know, to like ease up their server
Server,
costs or
yeah.
something. I don't really know. Um, but I don't know. Maybe there are reasons to use Ahrefs much more in depth than we have been lately. But I just don't really feel like there is. Um, Unless you're just doing some super deep analysis and you're more like on the um, more on like the cutting edge of trying to figure out exactly how things are working and whatnot. But in general, I feel like for most users, you really don't really need to be going super in depth on stuff. But I don't know, whatever. Um, all right, next question. What do you think of tools like RankerX and MoneyRobot for tier 2 links? I don't know anything about those tools. I guess we can look them up real quick. Ranker.
I've used MoneyRobot before. I don't do any of the automated tier two building anymore. It's been a long while since I've done any of that. Typically, if I'm doing tier two, it's going to be with a lot of cheaper but still quality links, Web 2.0s, maybe some blog commenting depending on the asset you're tiering to, those kinds of things and PBNs and stuff. I mean, it's pretty rare that I'd send out like a niche edit or a guest post to tier two, right? But yeah, definitely for automated stuff. If you're going to be going that route, then just take a conservative approach to it. Don't start blowing out 3,000 links against 60 backlinks, because ultimately you're spamming out your tier one links, right? And Google is crawling this entire network, and they can read out multiple tiers and see manipulation through multiple tiers as well. So if you're doing a really good job of building out your tier one link profile, spamming that link profile can, then target your site as a spammy site in the eyes of Google. So, um, you know,
Yeah, it's not something we can really speak on too much because we've definitely drifted away from the black hat into more of a gray hat slash, some people might even call it white hat. I don't, I'm more realistic. I call it gray hat. So we haven't been messing with yeah, the more super black hat stuff like automated link building. We still do PBNs, but we use them pretty sparingly compared to just stuff like niche edits and guest posts. Um, in general, if you're using these automated tools for tier 2, it's definitely better than using them on your tier 1, right? But like Nick was saying, like Google does crawl this stuff, and just from the perspective that I come from right now, as far as building websites that are, built to last over time rather than this much more aggressive black hat stuff, I would say instead of doing this kind of thing, I would just focus on better tier 1 links.
yeah.
Rather than having to power up your tier 1 links with automated spam, But I'm not saying that this stuff can't work. We go over sites pretty regularly where, we're just analyzing some black hat site and what they've done, and there's, absolutely killing it. And a lot of times they end up getting penalized or whatever, but hey, in the short term could end up paying out pretty well for you. It's just not something that we have been messing with
I,
recently.
I did say something kind of silly, actually. I was thinking of like authority niche edits when I said I don't really use them to tier link build, but I do use Barrage pretty often if I want to blanket, one or two tier two
So
links
what
to specific higher quality tier one
what
links.
Nick's talking about is our low authority niche edits. I'll go ahead and pull those up real quick.
But main thing when you're tiered link building is you still want to remain natural, but then also typically want to have a better budget to work with. And then usually when I'm thinking about tier 2 links, I'm not really thinking about giving more than 5 links to any particular tier 1 link on any given month, because still, if you're building out that link profile to these tiered links, they need to resonate like natural sites as well. It means, you know, prolonged period of time of maybe getting some press, etc., versus just hammering them down 1 month, where 100 tier 1 links get 100 links each, all within a 2-week time span, and it's not unique content. Typically, a lot of times with these auto-generated ones, you're going to be using spun articles, etc. So yeah, just best practice, in my opinion, is a couple of links every now and again to just keep that tier 1 link profile looking natural and resonating as well.
Yeah, so if you go to our website and you go to our niche edits page, if you scroll down to the bottom, the last thing here is our low authority kind of bulk niche edits packs. And we like to use these for tier 2 just because they're quite a bit cheaper per link. And then, you can also use something like our PBN links, wherever they are here. PBN links could also make good tiered links. But, even those, both of those types of links are, pretty cheap compared to normal niche edits or, something like a guest post or whatever. It's still going to be quite a bit more expensive than if you're using the automated link building tools like you were talking about. So yeah, it really just comes down to what you're trying to do here. Just be aware of the risk, right? Because even though you are doing tiered link building with automated tools, you do carry some inherent risk with that. More so than if you're just using stuff like I just mentioned, low authority edits or maybe even PBN links. Anything else on that, Nick?
Mm-mm.
All right. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the description below for links to our blog for more info on this topic, along with a bunch of other cool stuff like case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell if you enjoyed the video. Thanks and happy ranking.